Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So, with the 5th anniversary and the season 18 of the Alliance Conquest, the developers of the game decided to make the Alliance Conquest and as a result the Ultimate Conquest season much more interesting. With the recent changes that were added during the patch 2.2.9.8, the overall strategies for the Alliance Conquest event are going to be shifted in the different directions. Some buildings are going to be less important now, and some buildings are going to be insanely more important. In order to figure out those changes, the only thing that we can do and we need to do is go to the rules page on the match description and go down at the end of the list. So first of all, let's go back to the map and see that this time we have no added buildings, which is actually really good. We still have the 2 outposts, the 2 strongholds, 2 ports, Tower of Warrior and Mother, the 2 mines, and of course the Castle Rock in the center of the map. But now, with the recent changes, the captured buildings have a combination bonus that is added to your alliance, and it will either assist you with more points per minute or give you a substantial boost in overall stats. So if you head down to the bottom of the screen, we can now see the 9 changes that were added in the Alliance Conquest event. So first of all is going to be Gift of the 7 Gods. This buff is obtained when both Temple of Mother and Temple of Warrior are occupied at the same time. Same time meaning from the same alliance. The healing speed is increased by an additional 20%, and it's going to give you a boost of total base attack of 10. On the first read that I read it really fast, I thought that it said it's going to give you 10% total attack, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's not that big of a deal. But when you read it the second time, you see that's going to say a total base attack increased by 10, which is actually one of the strongest buffs that you can get in the game right now. Why is that? Because total base attack is going to apply on any troop type that you're going to have, and since you are usually defending with 3 troop types in Alliance Conquest because of the amount of troops needed, having total base attack is going to be an insane buff for your castle. Moving on, Protect's Blessing. Obtain this buff when simultaneously holding Temple of Mother and any outpost. It's important to note that any outpost, meaning either the Targaryen or the Lannister, and it's going to give you an additional increase in healing speed by 50%. Gift of the Courage, you're going to get this bonus when you have the Tower of Warrior and any outpost. This is going to provide you with a total attack base bonus of 15. So here is where the overall experience is getting interesting. Usually in the past few seasons, because people have more and more speed ups from level 5 rebel leaders, and now with the change of the refinement system, we're getting even more chests from our alliance. The mother was not that important. Of course, getting an additional healing speed is going to be good, but at the end of the day, it would save you like a couple of tenths of days, or maybe it would save you like 20 or 30 days in total. But now, Temple of Mother is going to be really important. Tower of the Warrior, in the other hand, if I remember correctly, was giving you a small boost on your total stats, which is going to be 20%, and with people now having over 1000 total attack, with their commanders giving you 20 total attack was absolutely nothing compared to the stats that we have right now. Now with the addition of combining those buildings, having both of them at the same time, and giving you the total base attack of 10. And if you have an outpost combined with that, you're going to have a total base attack of 25. And if you take into account that, let's say, a tier 5 troop, let's go for infantry, has 134 attack as a base, having another 25 base attack on that is going to be a huge boost in the overall damage output. It's going to be about a 15% increase in damage output for infantry, for example, but for other like cavalry and spearmen it's going to be a bit less, of course, because they have a higher base. But even so, having a total base is going to be really strong, because if you are defending with 3 troop types, as I said, like most of us are defending, this is going to be it's going to have even bigger value.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Moving on, we have Dragon's Will and Lion's Will. Those are exactly the same buffs, but they are for their side of the map. So if you hold the Targaryen port and the Targaryen stronghold, you're going to get a rally size increase of 200,000. It's going to be the same buff for Lancer port and Lancer stronghold, another 200,000 rally size increase. Then we have Ironclad, when you're going to have Castle Rock, Targaryen port and Lancer port. So if you're going to have both ports and Castle Rock, you are going to get a boosted total base health of 5, giving you a nice advantage on the overall health of your troops. Then we have Golden Bloodline. You're going to have occupied Castle Rock, Targaryen stronghold and Lancer stronghold. This is going to give you another boosted on total defense, total base health, of 5 once again. So if you have the ports and the stronghold, you're going to get a total of 10 base health, which is of course again really strong. And now we have the last two buffs. We have the Fire and Blood and the Hair Mirror. Those are going to be point buffs. So if you're going to have the Targaryen port, the Targaryen outpost and the stronghold, you're going to get another 120 points per minute. So those buildings, let's say, make you an incentive to keep focusing on your side of the map first and securing your side port, outpost and stronghold. This might be the Lancer or the Targaryen depending where you spawn, and then focusing on attacking the enemies. So you're going to steal their 120 points extra per minute. 120 points honestly doesn't seem like a big deal, but since the ports open really quickly and the outposts open at the start of the game, the points after a while get more and more, of course. If you keep holding the buildings, the points are going to matter even more. I've seen games where teams are losing for 1000 points, even I think 6-7 seasons ago. I think it was ATD won by 200 points or something like that. So in the end, a few points here and there can make the difference in the end result of the maps. So, as I said, this is going to be the main changes in terms of the buildings. Of course, there is another small adjustment in the buildings, where now you can no longer have 30 people reinforcing. It's going to be reduced down to 25 people reinforcing each castle. I don't really like that change, because it seems like now that you don't have many troops defending, and you need more people to keep sending reinforcements. So for an alliance that is really good on reinforcements, this was going to be really good. But I think on an alliance that are struggling with reinforcements, having 25 people in is not going to be the best case scenario for them. Last but not least, it is important to note that now we have 3 new stratagems. Usually the go-to stratagem for any alliance was the anti-counter, the counter and the healing speed, because they were passive. You didn't have to use them. They're going to be always active for the entire duration of the game. But now, with the addition of the 3 new stratagems, there is a chance that they could be used by some alliances, but I think one of their drawbacks could set them again in the stratagem board and never be used. First of all, you have Dragon's Might. You can use it only one time per match. This is the huge drawback in my opinion. So you can use that to make a protective shield on a building, any building that occupied by allies. It's going to give you 1 minute of bubble. If used correctly, of course, it can save your building from some rallies attacking it, or it can even waste the time of your enemies making those rallies in order to attack you. Next up, we have Dragon's Roar. This can be used on the enemy building. This is going to randomly dismiss 5 reinforcement troops with at least 1 troop remaining, and can be activated 2 times per each round, meaning 2 times per match. Last but not least, we have Dragon's Fury. This can only be used on a single building occupied by the enemy, and once activated, troops stationed in the building cannot be recalled for 3 minutes. That means that if the building is full with 25 people reinforcing, they are stuck there for the next 3 minutes. This doesn't mean that the building cannot be reinforced, so keep that in mind. You can only keep them in, but if you start attacking, they're going to be kicked out. So in theory, all 3 of them are really strong, but I think their 1-time use and 2-time use for the Dragon's Roar are going to be vital in the alliance for choosing them. I think that in theory they're really good, but the 1-time use is lacking the overall power boost of those stratagems. Maybe if you had more times that you could use them, or have like a 10-minute cooldown, but you could use it every 10 minutes for the entire duration, could change the tide of the battle. I think that only once using them, maybe it can help you win one match, but they're not going to be so substantial for every match that we're going to play. So this sums up all the changes that we have in the Season 18 of the Alliance Conquest, and of course the Ultimate Conquest coming up. I hope that you really enjoyed this. I think that those changes bring a new fresh look in the event that this is going to be. And let's see how these changes change the overall strategies of the alliances while playing this game. As I said, they make some buildings more important than they were, especially the Tower of Warrior and Tower of Mother. They're going to be really important now buildings to hold for any alliance. So thanks for watching guys, and I will see you on the next one.